In case you all were wondering, yes, I did accidentally just massacre a spider's web to get my pictures. I'm not proud of it, but as I am not a spider, I cannot fix it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sam, and I have been dying for a minute to do a thrift flip. So I've been wondering, and I was like, you know what, where can I find some clothes that no one will care if I tear up my closet? I'm gonna thrift flip my closet. I've thrift flipped for school because I had an apparel class. No one cares. No one cares that you took an apparel class like 3 years ago. This thrift flip, very beginner friendly. So a lot of these things, I feel like if you guys felt the inclination to do, you could also do them. Fingers crossed that these turn out well. I'm so nervous. I'm excited. When do I never not say I'm excited? Every video I say I'm excited, and it's the truth. I'm excited. Let's just frickin' do it, because YouTube doesn't let you swear within the intro. Without further ado, let's get on into it. Starting off, we have this just plain pink t-shirt. It's so basic, so simple. Just wanted to start by spicing up the hems of the sleeves. This shirt is a little longer than I'd like it, so I'm gonna start by cropping it and then adding a contrast lettuce sleeve hem to both the sleeves and the bottom hem.
Alright, so here I'm just cropping my shirt to the desired length, and then next you want to take the raw hem from the part you just cut, right? Just want to fold it up and pin it down so that when you sew it, it'll have like a really nice clean finish. You already know the drill, and make sure that it's even all the way around, because if that shit is uneven, your shirt's gonna look wonky, to say the least. So make sure your hem is even. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, sorry, that last part was like unnecessarily aggressive, but anyway, now we're just doing the lettuce leaf hem part of the whole thrift flip, I guess. So I put my machine on a zigzag stitch, and you want to really stretch out the fabric so that when it goes down, it'll just do its lettuce leaf thing, you know? My machine is so finicky and it's so fickle, and for some reason it just hates any type of fabric that isn't just like straight cotton. So this knit fabric, it did not like at all. So if you see me constantly readjusting like my position on the shirt, that's why. My machine is like a toddler who just loves to throw a tantrum whenever they feel like it. Like, you know what? My machine, once again, I'm getting aggressive, but my machine needs to chill out. She's a little old though, so that may be beyond her help. So anyway, you just want to keep doing this hem around the bottom, and then I'm also going to do it on the sleeves. Woo, because we love matching.
Next, moving on to this white top. I really like these, like, I don't know, is this considered a puff sleeve? It's a semi-puff sleeve. It's kind of nice. I don't want to mess with the sleeves too much. I also really like this gem thing at the front. So I'm gonna leave most of this top section alone. And what I want to do is really just tackle the bottom part because this bottom part is just like an elasticized band and I hate it. I'm planning to, once again, crop this. And I'm going to add my own scrunch. So I'm going to make a casing down here at the bottom, add some elastic, and scrunch it up so that it becomes like a cinched in crop top.
Alright, once again, we're starting off with cutting off that terrible elasticized band. Honestly, that thing sucked you in all the wrong places. So I have never been happier to see a piece of clothing just go. Goodbye, never to be seen again. That's a lie, I might use the ruffle for something. But anyway, next you want to measure your waist to make sure you use the right amount of elastic so the casing does not end up fitting you and making you look like a sausage. Not that there's anything wrong with sausages. But anyway, now you want to make sure your casing is wide enough. So I'm doing a 3/8 allowance on this and adding it to the width of the elastic, and then folding up the fabric to match the width of both. And then I'm just pinning it down to make sure it stays in place while I'm sewing it. I genuinely don't know what sewing machine god I need to pray to so that my sewing machine sewing machine so that my sewing machine will actually like me. But here you just have a nice clip of me constantly readjusting because this knit fabric somehow was worse than the other shirt. And it didn't help that this one was like super thin, so every time I sewed it would just quietly veer off course and I would quietly fume in my seat. Enjoy. So after about 5 minutes of trying to sew on the sewing machine, my Sagittarius asked about lost patience and I decided to hand sew it because honestly, at least I can control my shaky hand a lot better than the sewing machine. Probably tired of hearing this, but because I'm indecisive as hell, I decided to go back to the sewing machine because in my head, some undeveloped portion was like, you know what? This is too long to hand sew. Just go back to the machine. Just go back. Which coincidentally is what some of my friends say when talking about their ex-boyfriends, but you didn't hear that from me, okay? Anyway, so I thought, you know what? It'll work. Back to the machine to sew the rest of the casing, making sure to leave a little gap so that I could actually have a place to feed my elastic through. And now for a short interlude in which I realized I didn't make the casing big enough, and now I'm chopping my elastic essentially in half to try and make it all fit. Sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got, and, well, this is the best I got.
And last, this top is something straight out of, honestly, middle school. I think I bought this in like 8th grade. It's absolutely atrocious that it still fits me. I feel like this is very peak 2000s teen. Like, do you see all these sparkles? Just listen to it. This is so many sequins. So out of the three, this is definitely the trickiest one to tackle. I measured wrong, but what I'm planning to do is to keep this bottom hem because it's already stitched over so nicely with the sequins that I don't want to mess with it. And we're gonna measure from bust to where I want the crop top to end and just cut straight across and leaving a little bit more of a seam allowance at the top so that if the sequins start falling off, I still have fabric that I can fold over, top stitch, and make sure it has a clean edge without getting rid of too many sequins. And I'm planning to use some of the scrap sequin fabric to make straps.
Alright, so I'm starting off by cutting off the part of the shirt that I'm actually going to use. Once again, I wanted to keep the pre-existing hem because God knows it was going to be a pain in the ass to hem this shit. So I'm just doing that. And now moving on to the straps, because this was 3 layers of fabric, I'm just ripping out some of the side seams so that it'll be a little bit easier to sew. So I found out the back knit fabric of this shirt was a little too flimsy for my taste, so I'm actually taking some of the spare fabric from the first thrift flip we saw and trying to use that as the back part of my strap just to give it a little bit more stability. Although it doesn't really even matter because I'm just gonna get really frustrated in 3, 2, 1.
So a little update. I tried making those sequin straps and I've been trying for the last hour. 10 out of 10 would not recommend to anyone. This was probably one of the worst non-life-threatening experiences of my life. Would not wish this on my worst enemy. We're gonna improvise. I have some leftover light pink faux suede from a previous project. Looks like this. It's so pretty. We're just gonna make the straps out of this because, I mean, it's all pink. It's gonna look monochromatic. Is that the right term? I think it is. So we're gonna make this into a monochromatic top because I can't be bothered to keep the pizzazz of the sparkles. It's just not worth it. I'm literally losing my mind trying to turn these straps inside out. Or right side out, whatever.
Now I'm just folding down the raw edge at the top and making sure to pin down both the sequin layer and that like protective layer on the other side. To be honest, sewing down the sequins was like a completely terrifying moment because I was so terrified that the needle was just gonna like snap for some reason and just break, and I have this horrific fear of the needle breaking and part of it going into my eye. Things that you didn't want to know but now know. You're welcome. At this point, I have so many layers of fabric going on for me that I just decided it would not be a good idea for the sewing machine to do it. So I'm opting to hand sew the straps together as well as the top stitching around the seams.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm super stoked with how all of these tops came out, especially this one, because this top gave me so much hell for it, but I love the way it turned out. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment down below if you want me to do more of these, because I am like in the thrifting zone, guys. I love it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.